Welcome to the Healing Waves Reiki podcast. I'm your host, Cathy Scarpitto, Reiki Master Teacher, spiritual mentor, intuitive, and physical therapist. This is a grounded, heart-centered space where we explore Reiki, energy, and the science and spirit of healing. How Reiki supports the body, deepens intuition, regulates the nervous system, and helps transform the experience of healing. Where Reiki meets science, intuition meets practice, and healing becomes more human. If you're curious about Reiki, drawn to deeper healing, or seeking a more connective and intuitive way to care for yourself or others, you're in the right place. Let's begin. Welcome back to the Healing Waves Reiki podcast. I'm your host, Cathy Scarpitto. Today we're talking about anxiety and panic attacks, what they actually feel like in the body, and how Reiki can support the nervous system in finding its way back to regulation and safety. If you've ever felt your heart suddenly race, your breathing shift, or your body move into fear without warning, you are not alone, and your body is not broken. It is responding to what it perceives as a threat. Before Reiki became part of my life, I experienced both anxiety and panic attacks. One of the clearest moments happened while driving home from work at night on the Garden State Parkway. Nothing was wrong, but a few minutes into the drive, everything shifted. My heart started racing. My hands were sweating. My breathing changed. And suddenly, I didn't feel fully in my body. I felt blinded, dizzy. Cars were passing me. Horns were behind me. And I had to slow down almost to a stop just to stay grounded, just to feel safe. I eventually pulled over just to breathe and try to settle myself. And I made it home. But something changed after that night, because the next morning, it didn't feel over. I woke up already thinking about the drive home, and that became the pattern. What if it happens again? What if I can't calm down? What if I have to pull over again? By the time I got in the car at night, my nervous system had already been activated for hours, even though nothing was happening yet. At the time, it felt like fear, real panic, real loss of control. But what I understand now as a physical therapist and through my work with the nervous system is that my body was not malfunctioning. It was stuck in a loop of perceived threat. My nervous system was responding to anticipation as if it were in danger. And over time, that loop reinforced itself. And then it happened again. Same road, same situation, same sudden shift. My body went into full alarm, racing heart, dizziness, disconnection. And the most overwhelming part wasn't just the physical symptoms. It was the feeling of being trapped in it. People often use anxiety and panic attack interchangeably, but they are different experiences. Anxiety is gradual. It builds over time through worry, anticipation, or uncertainty. It can feel like tension, restlessness, overthinking, constant mental scanning, and it can last for long periods of time. Panic attacks are different. They are sudden, a surge of intense fear with strong physical symptoms, racing heart, shortness of breath, dizziness, shaking, feeling detached or unreal, fear of losing control. They often peak within minutes. Anxiety is the slow burn. Panic is the spike. But both come from the same system, the nervous system. Your nervous system is constantly scanning for safety or threat. This happens automatically. When the brain senses danger, it activates the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight response. Adrenaline rises, heart rate increases, breathing changes, muscles tighten. The body prepares to protect you. This is essential for survival. But the nervous system doesn't always distinguish between real danger and perceived danger. Thoughts alone can activate it. In my case, the anticipation of driving on a highway in the dark became the trigger. The fear of anxiety created more anxiety, and the system got stuck in a loop. Many people live inside that loop without realizing it. It's also important to remember that anxiety can have many contributing factors: poor sleep, chronic stress, too much caffeine, alcohol, certain medications, hormonal changes, medical conditions, and nutritional factors can all influence how our nervous system responds. Healing is rarely about one single cause. It's often about understanding the different pieces of the puzzle and supporting your body as a whole. There's another perspective I want to offer. In my work with Reiki and clients over the years, I've noticed something. Many people who experience anxiety are also highly sensitive. They notice everything: emotions in a room, stress in others, tone changes, energy shifts, often before anything is said. They can feel overwhelmed in crowded or emotionally intense environments, and often they don't realize how much they are absorbing. Author Pat Longo, in The Gifts Beneath Your Anxiety, explores this idea that anxiety in some individuals may be connected to heightened empathic or energetic sensitivity. I want to be clear. Anxiety is complex. It can involve stress, trauma, biology, and life experience. But sensitivity may be one piece for some people. It was for me. As I deepened my Reiki practice, I began to notice something important. I wasn't always distinguishing between what I was feeling and what I was absorbing. That awareness changed everything. The biggest shift Reiki gave me wasn't just relaxation. It was a new relationship with my body. Before Reiki, I saw symptoms as the enemy. Now I saw them as communication. My body wasn't against me. It was speaking to me. Instead of reacting immediately, I learned to pause, observe, breathe, listen. And over time, something shifted. My baseline stress softened. My awareness increased. And when anxiety arose, I no longer immediately spiraled into fear. I could stay with it. The shift became not how do I stop this, but what is my body asking for? That change is powerful because fear amplifies anxiety. Awareness creates space. From a nervous system perspective, Reiki often supports a shift out of survival mode and into regulation. People commonly report slower breathing, deeper relaxation, reduced muscle tension, feeling calmer, feeling more present. These are signs of regulation. Reiki is not a cure for anxiety, but it can be a supportive practice that helps create space between stimulus and response. A pause, a return. When anxiety begins to build, pause. Feel your feet. Place a hand on your chest or your abdomen. Slow your exhale and ask, what am I feeling right now? What do I need right now? If you practice Reiki, offer yourself Reiki. If not, placing your hands on your body with presence and love can bring regulation. During a panic attack, your goal is not to stop it. Your goal is to remind your body that you are safe. Look around and name what you see. Feel your feet on the ground. Slow your exhale. Let your body orient to the present moment and remind yourself, this is a wave. It rises. It peaks. It passes. Even when it feels intense, it is temporary. You are safe. If anxiety or panic has been part of your experience, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not broken. Your body is not failing you. It is trying to protect you. For me, Reiki became a bridge from fear to awareness, from reactivity to regulation, from feeling trapped in my body to learning how to return to it. And maybe that's the deeper invitation, not to eliminate every sensation, but to learn how to stay with yourself through it. Today, I briefly mentioned that some people who experience anxiety may also be highly sensitive or empathic. That certainly became part of my own story. As I learned to recognize the difference between what I was feeling and what I was absorbing from the world around me, everything began to change. In our next episode, we'll explore that idea more deeply as we talk about empaths, sensitivity, and understanding what you're absorbing. If you've ever felt emotionally overwhelmed, drained after being around certain people, or like you're carrying emotions that don't quite feel like your own, I hope you'll join me. And if today's conversation resonated with you, I've created a free companion workbook to go along with this episode. Inside, you'll find reflection questions, gentle practices, nervous system exercises, and space to begin exploring your own experience with anxiety in a compassionate and supportive way. You can find it in the Healing Waves Reiki Workbook Library through the link in the show notes or on my website. And if your nervous system is asking for a quieter experience, I invite you to listen to my guided meditation, Creating Safety Within. It's designed to help you slow down, reconnect with your body, and gently support your nervous system in finding a greater sense of calm. Remember, healing doesn't always happen all at once. Sometimes it begins with a breath, one pause, one moment of choosing to stay with yourself. Thank you for spending this time with me today. And until next time, may you move through your days with greater awareness, greater compassion, and the gentle reminder that healing often comes one wave at a time. Thank you for listening to the Healing Waves Reiki podcast. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who may need it. Subscribe and leave a review so more people can find this work. Until next time, stay grounded, stay open, and keep healing. This podcast is intended for informational, educational, and inspirational purposes only. The content shared on this podcast is not medical, psychological, legal, or professional advice, and is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any condition. Always seek the guidance of a qualified healthcare provider, mental health professional, or other licensed professional regarding your specific needs. The views expressed by guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of the host. Listener discretion and personal responsibility are advised.